Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about a couple altcoins that I have been eyeing for this year and also, for even the long term too. And I'm going to be talking about which ones I really foresee doing incredibly well in the long term span, and then also ones that, I'm basically just buying to see, of course, for some nice gains this year. And we're going to be addressing those ones as well and really kind of seeing where we can go on a few of these altcoins. So with that being said, just sit back, hit that like button. It takes a couple seconds and it does help the channel grow immensely. And of course, you guys already know that I always do greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, let's just dive in. So the first altcoin that I have been eyeing closely on this dip, as we do see a lot of altcoins down drastically and a lot of individuals worried about, buying currently, is of course Algo. So Algorand is one of those assets that I've talked about in the past before. Honestly, did not expect us to get these buys ever again. And we're sitting at roughly almost 60 cents. We are down 16.11% on the 7-day span. Trading volume is up a little bit. But as you guys do see on the all-time chart, the reason why I'm really looking at this is because we are at near 2020 levels in terms of price action. I specifically remember buying this at around roughly 50 and 40 cents back in this time frame, and I thought that these were like incredible buys, thinking that like we wouldn't really see these buys ever again, and we almost got those buys yet again at almost 54 cents exact. Now, the interesting thing about Algorand is I think that this is going to perform very well this year, especially with ISO 2022 migrations in terms of messaging formats. But also, Algorand is doing very good things, especially with a lot of other altcoins that I am holding currently. Right now, as you guys do see, that dip level that we dipped down to, it was basically that demand zone from January's time frame. This is like a support zone. I know you guys are probably going to look at the wick and say, well, we broke down below that. Guys, wicks are always inevitable. They will happen, similar to this wick from January 25th of that weekly candle. But the reason why I think that these are pretty good buy points is when we look at the overall macro basis here. So let's actually look off of the recent candle wick on a recent candle, as that is actually a lower point from the summertime, which also I do think was an incredible buy zone. But look at where we are currently, right? So here we have the fib outreaches on Algo. So as you guys do see, those higher fib outreaches are roughly like the $11 range. If we hit the $10 to $11 range from here, that is a very significant upside move. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen easily at all, because we could actually duplicate this chart real quick and go to coin perspective just so that we could actually kind of see where this would be at in terms of that market cap value. So let's actually go to roughly $10. So at $10, we'd have a market cap of roughly $67.2 billion, which I think is doable, especially when you look at some of the all-time highs for some of the top 10 assets and their market cap potential. And then we have, of course, like $11, which is $73.9 billion. I actually could see this at around $15 on the long-term span. We're talking about like next bull run. But during this bull run, if we have enough capital flow into some of these assets and the buy volume does increase, I could see Algorand at about $10, which is a 16x from here. And it's off of these fib outreaches that I foresee this actually happening. A safer zone to really kind of watch for would be $7 to roughly $9.50 at about a $7 market, or at a $7 price valuation per algo. It would be a market cap of roughly $47 billion, which again is doable. I know that we're talking about some of these altcoins on the top 10 and their market caps currently, but you got to remember that even when this market was drastically increasing in value, a lot of these top 10s were at about like $100 billion market cap anyway. So again, as more money flows into this market and as the market cap does rise for the overall crypto market, we will see these $47 billion price valuations per market cap actually be a little bit of a not significant price valuation opposed to some of the other market caps that we will see. Now also, another altcoin is HBAR. So this one is actually in a mass sell-off event, as you guys do see on the daily span. So I actually want to show you guys this. We are in a massive sell-off. This is actually extremely oversold. Even similar to Algorand though too, like on the daily span here for Algo, we hit a very low point going back as far as like February of 2022, but also even going back as far as January and of course the July timeframe. Now on the actual daily, I want to go back to a time back here in roughly the September 2019 time to all the way to around the March of 2020 time frame. So here's the COVID crash. Here was our RSI currently. As you guys do see these mass capitulation events, these are huge in terms of opportunity when we do see that RSI start to go crazy. I mean, just so you guys know, the price that we've seen back here was like roughly 76 cents off of the March of 2020 lows. And this was in August of 2020. So we've seen Algorand at the low points of roughly, 10.5 cents run all the way to about like 76 cents. So that's pretty significant. And when we look at the current price action now, we're trading at about 60 cents right now. And if this runs to a $6 valuation, which like I said, is not that unlikely, it's between the 1618 and the 2618, then you're looking at a 10x. Same with HBAR, right? We look at the daily, this is extremely oversold, okay? And the level that we recently just tested, if we're looking at the current level that we came down to, we can kind of see where this was at. It was like a little bit of a support zone, if you will, from February of 2021. I don't believe that there's a lot of support there, which is why I didn't buy this just yet. But 13.5 cents was definitely, a level that I said, that's a level that you really kind of want to look at to buy if you want to buy. The only reason why I didn't buy HBAR is because my bags are loaded on this altcoin. I've told you guys and talked to you guys about HBAR for a very long time. I just do think that this has an incredible upside potential from here. It could possibly 20x from 15 cents. But the next line that I'm watching for, as we do see Bitcoin kind of take into accountability the overall market, and Bitcoin kind of take that next major leap of faith into the wave 5, we will most likely see altcoins kind of take a back seat, and this is where we will possibly see even lower buy points on some of these altcoins. On HBAR, I am watching around like 11.5 cents to possibly the bottom here at about like roughly 13 cents. So that is a perfect buy point there. If we do go lower, then we're looking at like almost like 11.5 or 8.5 cents to 11.5 cents. That's the perfect range if we do go lower. But I think that a lot of these altcoins are extremely oversold, and I think that their bottoming points are nearly in. But also in terms of those fib outreaches on HBAR, so I'm actually going off of the March of 2020 lows here and off of the recent high. If we look at the fib outreaches here, it would take us to roughly about like $2.41.5 to $2.63. I do think that $3 to $6 is a range that we could foresee happening in the bull run. Those are my sell targets off of my buy targets. Now, also, in terms of altcoins, I have been telling you guys about CASPER a lot. CASPER is at a level that I do believe that we've seen some massive capitulation. I'm waiting to see if this support zone holds before I do buy more, which is at roughly almost 6 cents. If this support zone does hold, that's going to be pretty significant. I'm awaiting to see what happens from here on CASPER. It looks like we are bottoming out. It looks like we are kind of building that support zone. Tomorrow, before you guys even buy any of these altcoins, wait to see tomorrow because tomorrow could be, that real event on watching the indices open, see where the dollar's at, and then, of course, see where the market is at overall with all those factors accounting for, of course, market structure balances. So make sure that you're watching the US dollar tomorrow, the indices, and then kind of seeing the correlation with Bitcoin's price action, because Bitcoin is most likely going to take the wheel from now until we do see that next major move. But CASPER is definitely, in my opinion, an incredible opportunity here because a 10x from here would be 60 cents, and we know its all-time highs are like in the dollar plus range. Just so you guys know, I could show you that as well on Coin Market Cap. So here we have CASPER. Let's go down to, of course, the all-time high down here. So let me go to show more. So here you guys have the all-time high, roughly $1.36. If that is the case, like I've said, a lot of these altcoins have the possibilities of being of a 10x to roughly even, a 100x opportunity. CASPER at $1.36 would have a market cap of $6.5 billion. That's right, a $6.5 billion market valuation, roughly to the top 25. Now, if this runs higher, we'll say like maybe a $15 billion market valuation, you're looking at a 53x. I'm watching this one closely to see if we could hit the $4 to $7 range. If we hit the $4 to $7 range, this one is going to look very good. CASPER has been building out a very strong ecosystem, and it does have my eye on it, and it has had my eye on it for a very long time. Now, last but not least, I do want to talk to you guys about one other incredible opportunity, and that is Chromatica. So I've been talking to you guys about Chromatica for a little bit of time as well. We're actually a little bit below my original buy target. We are sitting at roughly almost 10 cents roughly, as you guys do see where we are now. Again, we came down and capitulated a little bit more than I would have liked on this candle back here from about like 9.5 cents. But hey, I think that this has a lot of potential in it as well. Only at an $8 million market cap. This one, you're going to most likely have to utilize Uniswap for. I definitely advise you to use Polygon if you can, because that is where the least amount of gas fees are being paid for. Now, Chromatica is very interesting. I don't have a chart for it. We don't really have a chart for it because it's not on any major exchanges. I would most likely have to use decentralized exchange tools. Sorry, I did not mean to go to that one. Let's go to Chromatica. So at Chromatica, this one is very interesting because I'm looking at the bare minimum. I'm looking at this kind of going to roughly the top 100. If we hit the top 100, I am easily, this has easily paid off because we would roughly be at about an $11 price valuation, a 111x opportunity. This is something that I have been watching for. This is something that I could foresee happening. This is also why I say a lot of these low cap gems are ones to really watch for, especially as we do kind of range into alt season, because anything is possible. But this would be only a $919.5 million market cap. That is significant. So this is also one that I have been putting some capital into, not a ton. It's only been like roughly like over $1,000 into Chromatica, but I do foresee this having an incredible, year ahead. There's a few other ones that I have been watching, like Spell and Graph as well, but these are four that I definitely do think will have an incredible year ahead, and I'm going to be watching them closely, especially on the recent dips. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.